All right, hello everybody. This is the new year, new podcast.
What's going on?
Obviously, it's been a while since we've been gone. Peak is over at FedEx. We're finally going to have a little bit more time to hang out with you guys. I got my car fixed. A lot of issues have been being dealt with, but it's good to see you guys again. And I can't believe it's 2020, dude. How do you feel?
Man, this has honestly been a wild year for me. A lot of ups and downs, lefts and turns.
It was really fast, though.
It was fast. This year definitely was.
We reconnected?
Yeah. Reconnected as friends.
This year has been a wild ride. That much has been true.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a wild fucking ride.
Definitely.
We got into cigars. We just had a good time. We started this. Dude, I can still remember the day. I was like, dude, let's start this podcast, bro. You literally was like, dude, speed all the way here. We need to start this. I'm so excited.
Facts.
And we wanted to get onto some more serious topic, depression and bullying. Something we haven't really covered because we're more, jokey and...
Yeah. We don't really get into serious stuff when we should, but...
I think it should start with bullying first and then depression. Because everyone has depression, but not everyone is bullied. At least not to like the same extent where it can be called bullying.
Bullying? Alright, let me tell y'all something about bullying.
Wait, before you start, we should answer the most important question is, what's the answer to bullying? And the answer is, there is no answer. It's either a fist or nothing. That's the answer to bullying. It's either you beat their ass or they beat your ass. They will never learn and they will never let you be until you graduate or until you kill yourself.
Pretty much. So yeah, there basically is no answer to bullying. The only answer
is to fight back and not be a bitch.
Or just ask why. Like, why do people do this shit? Why do people like to get under your skin and make you feel like you're the worthless person on this planet?
On to a note of that, what people like to make excuses is, they'll try to cheer you up, with that false shit. They'll be like, they're only jealous of you. They don't have a real life and you're living better than them. But I don't think they ever talk about, like, the deeper issues. It's like, what if it turns them on to treat people like shit or to beat people up? What if these are, like, potential psychopaths? Do bullies, is it justified to kill bullies or, like, hurt them badly because they treat people like shit? Like, where does the extent that we can get rid of a bully go? Because I'm sure you noticed in Union Springs that this zero policy shit doesn't work. It only affects the bullied, which makes them not be able to speak up because it seems like the bully is the one that gets off scot-free.
The bullies get off scot-free, and the reason why you have no room to speak is because they try to cover all of the tracks up saying that they didn't do shit to you, when really the reason why they're trying to cover themselves up is because they're trying to make themselves look better. Like y'all get what I'm saying? Like, they try to make themselves look like they're not the victim, but really they are. Because you may think that you didn't do anything wrong, but the shit that you did to that person just now, you gotta go along with that. Like, the person that you just beat up, or the person that you just made fun of because, like, of their lifestyle, or like the clothes they wear, or like where they live and everything. Some kids in this world, sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit.
I am too, honestly. Sad to say.
The shit that you do,
they never see the impact of it.
They don't. They hardly ever see any shit coming. So take to heart what I'm saying, and holy shit, it's dank.
Before we finish that sentence, I think we should point out one more thing.
What's that?
This generation, which I don't like to be lumped in because they do too much stupid shit and they get too offended. To be honest, I don't even think like we're a part of this generation, because when I was a kid, it was just bullying and you either fought back or you just walked away. Now it's like 9-year-olds and 8-year-olds are killing themselves because someone called them a fag. I mean, I get that it's sad, but it's also pathetic. Like, what kind of parents are people being raised by nowadays? I remember I was called a fag back in the day and told to kill myself. You know what I did? I played video games and I didn't give a shit.
For real.
But now you'll see an 8-year-old get called a fag, you know, he's found hanging. Oh, we should have done more. It's like, really, you didn't give a shit because you were called a fag as a kid and you didn't kill yourself, so you can't relate, so you don't give a shit.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's sad, but it's like, what the fuck happened to America? We've grown soft.
Yeah, pretty much. And basically, Tim's right, because you just found out that, you know, this little kid, like, either, like, hung himself or, like, shot himself.
I hear those stories all the time.
Yeah. Actually, more common now.
Pretty much. And that's pathetic.
And that blows my mind, because we need to stop losing people. We need to stop losing good people in this society.
You know what it is? We need to stop coddling kids and treating them like they're special. We need them to learn the truth again and go back to where it's like, hey, you're not special. You need to work hard to be at where you're at. You're not going to get a special medal for fucking making someone food or wanting minimum. They're the equivalent of someone wanting minimum wage for flipping burgers, when even soldiers and EMTs don't make that much.
Facts.
They grow up spoiled and coddled, and when someone beats their ass or tries to steal their shit, their world is rocked, and then they can't handle it because they're weak. They're mentally weak.
Pretty much.
It's a whole bunch of things, but let me ask you something, Brent.
What's up?
Now that we're on the topic, we did say we would talk about it, and it does take our time, so it is a good podcast now that we have an idea. This is something I see all the time with school shooters. That's a different topic for a different day, but they always say, should the parents be held responsible for bullies and the bullied? And
yes,
but how much? Because it's not always the parent's fault. The parent could have been good.
I wouldn't say all of it is their fault, but most of it,
a lot of them don't pay attention.
Like Douglas High in Parkland, Florida, that kid made a video saying that he was gonna shoot down the school. How did his parents not find out about? They must have found out about what he was plotting to do.
I'm assumed he was stopped before he could do it.
Oh yeah. Well,
What the dumbass gets for posting at the social. I mean,
really.
if I was a if you're a school shooter, why would you post it to social media? If you're gonna want to be famous and do it correctly, and you're gonna go through all the trouble of doing what you're about to do, wouldn't you want to make sure nobody finds out so you could actually do it properly and be remembered as a school shooter instead of the dude that failed and still gets life anyways? Like, how embarrassing is that?
the dude shot, that student shot. I'm not gonna say his name, the shooter, but I'm just gonna say anyone who was like bullying him to the point where he did that, y'all can fuck off.
I agree and disagree with you at the same time, and I'll tell you why. We are hosts and podcasts, so I think we should sometimes have a different opinion. yes, I agree with you. Those people that bullied him relentlessly, if it was that bad to begin with, they can fuck off, and I hope they feel guilty for what they did. But at the same time, I see way too often school shooters or people who feel bad for them make excuses for them. Oh, he was bullied relentlessly. Oh, you know, he didn't know any better. He was just mentally ill. Nah, that's bullshit. If you're going to take a life, you know exactly what you're going to do, especially if you know how to use an automatic weapon. And you target other people who are innocent and you think they attacked you when they never even met you before. Fuck that. So I agree with you for the bullied, fuck those guys, but school shooters, they don't deserve any sympathy. They deserve to die.
Pretty much.
So I respectfully disagree with you on that part. Because it sounded like you had sympathy a little bit. Bullying is nothing compared to thinking of killing someone. There's no compare. Everybody gets bullied to some extent. Not everybody's going to be like scot-free. Even the jock who secretly loves to suck dick gets bullied sometimes. But it's still no excuse to commit murder or a hate crime or whatever the fuck you think you can get away with. Still no excuse. You're supposed to be better than that as in a society. So the answer to bullying, you know what it is? Either fighting someone and working out your differences, which seemed to work in the past, honestly, or
But if you want to be...
or being raised right, or growing out of it. Those are like the only options. Or deal with the consequences when you get your ass beat when you're an adult. Because not everybody's going to take that shit. You never know who you're fucking with.
Facts. That's why you always gotta be on point, and you always gotta make sure, like, not to mess around with certain people. Because sometimes you'll get lucky, and the person's all talk. I know some people that I'm not gonna mention, but they're really about it. If you, like, they will fuck you up, and they will make sure that you realize what you did. Like, you will wake up with, like, a busted rib. Like, I'm not getting into the details, but y'all know what I mean. But you just gotta be careful with the people you talk shit about, and the people you basically fuck around with.
I think on a note like that, I think we can say as a lesson, and I know we probably said this before, but it always needs to be repeated because nobody fucking listens regardless. 1, don't bully others. It's not cool. 2, walk away before you either kill someone or you get killed. And number 3, be the better person. I don't care if it makes you a pussy or a weakling. Who gives a fuck about any of that? Do you really care? What's the point of beating on someone smaller or even beating a bully's ass? Does it make you feel better to be stronger than somebody else? They can just go home and get a weapon and shoot you, and then your strength doesn't mean shit. Just be the better person, ignore them, and walk away, and eventually they will either find another target or they will grow out of it, or you just stop caring and you're like, I'm an adult, why the fuck should I care? Then you enter the real world and nobody cares anymore. It always gets better. I know it doesn't seem like it does, but trust us, we were loners and still a loner in school, and it does get better, because once you learn to stop giving a shit, there's really nothing else that can bother you.
Nothing at all. Once you basically learn the way of, like, not giving a fuck anymore,
a lot of stress disappears.
Oh yeah. Like, it feels like 2,000 pounds of rocks just got lifted off your shoulders. Like, you have no idea how good that shit feels when you don't give a fuck about what any person says to you. Who cares if a person says you're not good enough? Who cares if a person says you're weak? Who cares if someone says go kill yourself, you're not welcome on this earth? Who are you going to listen to? Yourself or them? You guys have choices. Make them carefully.
And choose the obvious ones. Don't be stupid in your emotions.
And do it responsibly.
Or at least smoke weed like a pussy.
Don't smoke weed. Drugs is bad for you.
Is there anything else? The main topic that I guess we can finish on the bullying subject of our podcast is that I touched on a little bit earlier is, will there ever be... You ever seen that bullying movie in 2012?
The cyber one?
No, the biopic. Like, they
Oh, yeah.
the bullying movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they, videotape these couple of students from different schools.
Yep.
That shit pissed me off. That was sad. Especially that one kid that killed himself and they had a hidden fort in the forest, or that karate dude. He was our age.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first we gotta bring up that movie because it's the first time I remember it in years. There was this movie called Bullying. You should watch it. And I'm sure you've seen it in your high school. It's about these different kids from different schools and states where the cameraman will follow these kids around and they won't intervene when they see other kids picking on them. Like, they'll be like, oh, fish face, kill yourself. And the kid will just awkwardly laugh. Like, they don't even stop it. And they'll tell these sad stories of students that they couldn't interview, hey, you should kill yourself. It was a very sad movie, and it got to me. It made me think, when can we end bullying? When's bullying ever going to end? And to be honest, as much as me and Brandon gave you advice, and as sad and tragic as our bullying is, or their bullying, the answer is that it's never going to end. It's never going to get better. And the only thing you can do is some of what we said, because every situation is different and every bully is different.
Pretty much.
I don't really have... It's up to you. I think that's all we can say about bullying in the subject. Like, it's up to you in your individual situation. Just don't do anything rash and don't listen to your emotions too much. Listen to logic and try to do everything you can to survive until you can get to a better place. It does get better, I promise you, unless you're in the Middle East or something, then you're fucked. We're mainly talking about Americans, Western people. Because it's different in their culture, you know what I mean?
In any culture, be sure to make good choices. Whether it's white, black, Hispanic, any culture, doesn't matter. There's bullies. There's bullies all over the world.
That's race, not nationality.
Doesn't matter.
You're right, it doesn't. But
any nationality.
Our audience is mainly Americans, which is why I was talking about Americans and our experience with the American bullying. But I get what you're saying. But we've never been to other countries in China or where it's really bad, so we don't know.
The only other country I've been to was Ireland. But other than that, I haven't been to any other country. But I saw some pretty bad poverty in
that's a different
Belfast, Ireland.
That is a pretty bad place.
Belfast, Ireland definitely felt like New York City. It was all no. It was all trash on the streets and what is up with people not why do people gotta litter and everything?
Democrat controlled city, what do you expect?
Exactly. But Dublin, Ireland was all green and everyone was always have festivals in the streets. I got to drink. That was fun.
Right. Let's get back to the topic. Bullying.
Just don't bully ever. Sorry, I got off track. Just don't bully ever. It's not good. It's terrible. Never bully. Never bully.
All right, let's move on to the next subject.
What's the next subject?
Depression.
Depression, anxiety.
No, just depression.
Stressing.
Kinda. Depression.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, because it hits you at certain points. There is no main time to ever feel depressed or get depressed. That's a hard one, honestly.
Where are we gonna get cigars?
We might be fucked on that. Depression, that's a hard one. I don't think I felt what depression is or even really knew about like its effects until high school, honestly, like when I started dating. Because loneliness is different than like depression. I think I didn't feel depression until I started dating you know who, and then like losing high school friends, and you know, just wondering what you're gonna do about life, or like, you know, whenever you lose a job or something bad happens. Okay, good, we can actually get gas. Here, let's talk outside since no one's here, man.
I bet.
Oh shit, man, depression,
That's a wild story right there.
bro, that is a hard one, bro. Everybody, that is a hard one, and if we're gonna talk about...
Oh, you're wearing your new shoes?
Yeah, I've been wearing them. I think we need to bring up, when we talk about depression, I think we need to bring up that there's different types of depressions.
Pretty much. There's
well, anxiety, stress, obviously, that goes with it, but there's maniac depressive, major depressive, where you're always depressed, where you don't want to get out of bed, where you feel suicidal. There's pretty much like, there's a never-ending thing in depression. Why don't you tell them a story about your depression, bro?
My depression was a little different because my depression came and gone. The reason why mine was different was because of the fact that I don't really have anyone when my depression was kicking.
Same, bro, same. Kept it to yourself, you don't want to worry about it.
Yeah. And, whoa, who this pulling up on us?
They're getting gas. When we don't stop.
But, yeah. But, on a serious note, my depression would just keep going and going until the point where, you know, like, I needed to get some help because I was going through, like, suicidal thoughts and, you know, thinking about there's got to be some places there's got to be there's got to be like some places in like Auburn that have to be open for cigars.
Bro, it's one of the fucking morning on New Year's Day. I don't know. Nice and Easy was like one of the only places we could ever really count on like anything else. And Walmart surprised us on Christmas Eve. It was closed. I was like, holy shit.
Thanks.
I guess they do love some fucking holidays. Those coming.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm brick. Why you shivering?
Bro talk.
So, with depression and everything, it's a matter of you just gotta have the right people to be around you and talk to you and figure out your problems.
In our school specifically.
Did you
notice that the counselors didn't give a shit? The students always backstab you or try to break you up with your significant other. What else? The teachers didn't give a shit. They're only there for a paycheck. And the lunch ladies especially didn't give a shit. Like, it was hard to connect with others. Like, even if it was even hard to connect with the so-called friends that we had at the time.
Facts.
The biggest thing I remember about my depression is that I didn't have anybody to connect to, and that just made it worse. I'd often go into the woods and sometimes cry, as embarrassing as that is. And,
same, bro.
And other times, I would walk around and listen to sad music because it was the only thing that made me feel better. Wait up.
that off of my phone?
Yeah.
So Auburn?
I guess we can try it. Anyways, how long did your depression last, man?
My depression lasted for about 6 months total. I wouldn't say a full year. I would say close 6 months.
Yeah, I would say about a year, like the major depression. You know what also sucks about the depression? Especially when you don't have a job, your license, a car, friends, or anybody you can hang out with, and you're by yourself. That just makes it worse. And then, you know, you and your significant other just broke up. You're fucked. And, you know, to be honest with you, I only stopped feeling like depression and only mild sadness. Like, after I moved out of my dad's and got a car, especially the Camaro, got my own place with my brother, started paying my own bills and started saving money and started getting my own money, that's when my depression or any sadness that I had went away, bro. Like, that's when, like, any depression I had gone away, and I haven't had depression in a year and a half. In high school, I was always depressed. I didn't have anything to be grateful for. I didn't have anything to look forward to. I didn't have any goals. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any money or cars or anything. What about you, brother? Did it ever go away, or are you? Well, you're still technically in that, like, road, so you're probably, like, a little, you know, lost.
Personally, it went away. But that doesn't mean I still don't think about it till this day. So, like, of course I'm still gonna think about, you know, like, all the sad shit that happened in my life, but what I'm not gonna do is dwell on it.
There's no point.
Exactly. I'm not gonna dwell on something that has already happened. Like,
exactly.
My depression is over and done with. And I think for other people it's hard because we don't know what you're going through. And obviously the only person that knows who you're going through is you.
And if you don't speak up, you can't get angry if other people can't understand what you're going through or be a mind reader.
Exactly. Like, I know it's hard to talk to people about, like, what you're going through and everything, but if you yell at them when they're just trying to be there for you, you're not giving them a chance to understand what you're going through. Like, you gotta talk to them. You gotta civilize yourself and actually talk about how you feel, or, you know, like, what are you gonna do? You just can't be there silent and expect them to know right off the bat. Like, they're not a mind reader.
That's where that Morgan girl used to live before I,
Sweet chin music.
Oh, right to her fucking eye. What a dirty bitch. You know, let's just end the depression topic. We can pick up back on that someday. Let's share some stories, hidden stories that we haven't told before. We'll opt out names, but we'll still tell the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that way, like, if certain people find the video, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'll start.
I bet.
So, in first grade, there was this girl who we will call the dirty bitch.
Boom!
Am I right?
Yep.
Well, you call her the dirty bitch first.
She a dirty dog.
She a hoe. Anyways,
she a slut,
in
bro.
first grade, there was this girl who, for some reason, I ended up punching in the face, and she ended up moving away right after that, or she never came back. I was either across the aisle from her, like, here's the left and the right, and I was changing my sweater, I took off my shirt for some reason, I was putting on a different one, and she started laughing at me. She wouldn't stop. So I either jumped in her seat or I like leaned over and I just Mike Tyson punched her in the face. And I don't feel good about it, but I was like 4 at the time, I think, and I don't even like remember the specific punching her. I just know that it happened. I don't feel good about it, but I was like 4 at the time, so
Can you imagine leaning over
and Mike Tyson punching a bitch when you're 4?
Punching a person right across the face. Just be like, oh, what's that? Bink!
No, it's terrible. Don't get me wrong, but the shit's like funny laughing about it now. It's like, I really fucking did that. I'm nothing like that, so it's shocking. I mean, she didn't turn out to be shit, but still. Another one.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do when you're little. I mean,
I Scooby-Doo that bitch.
You Scrappy do that bitch.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh yeah.
I Bill Cosby that bitch to sleep.
You Donald Trump that bitch.
Across the wall.
Just slide it all the way across the damn wall, you nasty hoe.
Anyways, the point is that like I don't even remember if I felt bad, but I'll tell one more story and then you can tell one, alright?
But
remember to keep names out.
yeah.
The best you can.
Yeah.
Sometimes it slips out. Anyways, another story. I had an older neighbor. This is fast forward a couple years, so I am now 11. So like 6 or 7 years in the future. So there's my neighbor. She's 18 or 19. She's 5'4". I'm like obviously half her size, so I'm only like 4'6". And for some reason, we're in another neighbor's yard. Like we're just all talking around, and she pushes me out of like a lawn chair. For some reason, I got back up. I punched her in the stomach, and I gave the bitch a two-face right. I gave her a black eye and I broke her orbital. I must have had a good punch because I don't remember punching her, but I know it happened. Like they called the sheriff and like this girl's like, "You broke my fucking eye socket! I'm gonna fucking kill you!" And I just walked home and like I'm 11, you know, she's twice my size and she's like almost 20. So like they called the sheriffs and like the sheriff's talking to my dad, and the way my dad's talking to them, I can't tell if the sheriff wants to side because he's wasting his time or like laugh because like what are they gonna do? Like she attacked me first and she's an adult and I'm not even like a teenager yet, you know? Oh, you know, an adult attacked my 11-year-old. Like how are you really gonna phase that any other way? Like what's the cop gonna do? Arrest me?
Ooh, that place is open.
Ooh, I'm fucking 11, you know? Anyways, you can tell a story, bruh. While we check that shit out.
Alright, I'm gonna tell you my story the last time I slapped a hoe. I'm sorry. I don't prefer girls as hoes. I just thought it was funny to say it that way.
It's just a lot of them are hoes nowadays. Let's be honest.
Yeah. My story was a little bit different. My story ended up with me and another 5th grader.
Alright, so I'll check it out. You stay there. Keep on telling your story.
Mine was different because the way mine happened was I was in class, right? I was in class and this girl came up to me and it was during lunch. Sorry, in class, and this girl came up to me and the bell was about to ring for lunch. So she saw that I had like a Capri Sun. Yo, anyone who still likes Capri Suns, I swear to God, bro, you were like a legend of a child, bro. I swear to God. Capri Suns were the shit when I was little. But she grabbed it, squeezed it all over my face and clothes. I was so pissed. I stood up and all I remember is just me slapping the fuck out of her. Now, let me tell you, I feel bad because I slapped her.
My boy. Bro, I even hooked you up.
Ooh.
My boy, bro. Bro, you're my boy.
Yeah.
Guys, did you tell him the story?
I did.
So, I want to tell you an embarrassing story that he did the same thing. I was in first grade. He was, I was in first grade. And he did this when he was in kindergarten. He'll tell you afterwards. Anyways, God, there's a lot of fucking Lyft drivers out in Uber.
No.
Anyways, I feel bad for those poor bastards. Anyways, I feel like we could just drive around.
Facts.
Don't end it.
I'm not ending it.
Anyways,
Hold
alright,
it
so
I can like
I'm
this.
in first grade and I'm the dumbass I was. What happened was we were in the middle of like this jumping game where like we had to jump to the wall. It was like some kind of tag, and I was like, my left hand was at like my left foot, so it was just my right hand. And me being the dumbass I was, I saw a red thing and it's like pulled down.
Oh, no.
Except I didn't see emergency. So me being the dumb fuck, I pulled it down. And suddenly, boo, boo, boo. And like, dude, the whole school was like, oh shit. So again, I'm only in first grade. And they put us all in the next building over there, and the whole fire department, and I mean the whole fire department came down, and like they couldn't find any fire, and it took them like 30 minutes. And my teacher was like, she saw my weird look. She's like, Tim, did you know anything about this? And I'm like, yeah. And I don't know why I admitted it, but I got grounded for a fucking week. You tell your story. Because it's pretty much the same.
I pulled the fire alarm when I was in 6th grade.
I thought you said kindergarten.
Oh, there was that other time too, but...
Tell both.
Best time ever. I pulled
Start
the
with kindergarten.
Alright, bet. Kindergarten. I was hanging out in the class, and I was like, ooh, what the fuck does this do? I pulled it down. Bah, 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 bah. Whole school had to evacuate the building. And I was like, oh shit. Like, I didn't realize what I did until after. They looked at me and they were like, I wonder who could have done this.
Oh yeah, did they do the bad cop, good cop?
Yup. So me, being a little rebel, I put my hand up.
Oh, you dumb bastard.
And I was like, I know who did it.
Ah, bro, you did the Riley voice too. Bro, you know how my teacher got me? The guilt trip, because she was my favorite. She knew how to push my buttons. And that's the worst, especially when it's your favorite. They know how to get to you. But anyways, continue.
And it was that was kindergarten. 6th grade. That was fun. 6th grade. You know how when you're little, you and your friends like to do like truth or dare and shit like that. My friend asked me truth or dare. Me being a little rebel, I said dare. He said, you won't pull the fire alarm. I was like, bet I won't. He was like, alright, bet, do it. I did it. I never got yelled at so bad in my entire life. I got home, my mom didn't say a single word to me. She picked me up, and all I could remember is just her driving home silent with disappointment all over her fucking face. I tried to ask her a question, like, can I talk about this? and she would not answer me at all. So I fucked up that day.
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was worth it. Hey, there's BOCES. Fuck off, you bitch.
Bro, wanna hear another story?
What's up?
One day, me and my older brother Jeff, the one you haven't met yet, we're driving a Sunfire we used to have. We drove that thing everywhere. Bro, literally, the fucking, we're going down this road, right? And bro, we flipped the dude off. This was like when I was like 13 or 14. He was like, no, I was 15. He was 16. Bro, we flipped the dude off, and like he stopped in the middle of the BOCES, and like he got out and was like trying to get us, and we just backed up and like went the other way. And like, good thing too, because like a trooper came around the corner, and I don't think it would look good on his part if he started trying to beat up a couple teenagers. But my brother actually went back and found his house by his car. It's right down here, and he egged his house later that night.
Nah.
Yep, and the dude never found out it was us. My brother was pissed. He's like, fuck that dude.
That's wild.
I know. Did I ever tell you about the time we ding-dong ditched all around Cuba? And the cops were called by the mayor?
Ding dong ditch.
Wait, hang on.
We used to call, you know what we used to call ding dong ditch?
What?
Cat got your tongue.
Literally, you know how we got caught? Remember Jinx? Alright, so let's just call him Speed. Speed and his friend
Speed
and his friend M, you know, these two dumbasses bring me and Tim along, you know, he brings us all along with my older brother Jeff, and we ding-dong ditched all around Cuba, but me and Tim never did a single house, so that way they can't claim that we did it. You know what I mean? Us being smart that way. But dude, they did the house next to the hall, and this old dude was getting pissed. He's like, stop knocking on
Wait. Old wrinkly dude?
Yep. Right next to the hall.
Yeah.
Right by the post office. He's like, stop knocking on my fucking door! I'll shoot you, fuckers! And then he did it like 3 more times.
He was wildin'.
Bro, we all ran like all the way down the hill, bro. And somehow they're like, oh, let's do the mayor's house. And I'm like, you fucking retard. So me and Tim were like across the street. We're like, fuck that. They did it like a couple times, and bro, he was getting pissed. You know what guy gave us away? His friend M texted the mayor's stepdaughter, you know, Abby Brown.
No.
He's like, hey, did you hear anything? And she obviously told him, and like, dude, he was going up and down the street just walking, looking for somebody. And like, Jay and M just took off, and Tim went back to his house, and then, you know, Mitch, our next door neighbor, was just already at our house chilling, because I think he was with us or Brandon Ross. Yeah. Anyways, we were just chilling, and like, he didn't see us. Like, we were on our porch, and it's not like he could claim, oh, you fuckers did it, because how would he know?
Facts.
And I don't think my dad would have took that well. So they called the cops, and like, J and M tried to blame it on me and T, but like, there was no proof. And since we were like 13 at the time, what were the cops gonna do? You know what I mean? It would just sound stupid, a waste of time. So they ended up getting away with that, and that shit was funny, bro. No lie. Anyways, did you have a tail?
I did.
What happened?
Me and my friends, we were doing Ding Dong Ditch, and we decided to do it at the president's house. You know, the board of like administration and everything.
Oh, the president of the education.
Yup. We decided to do it in
Union Springs.
Yup.
Oh.
Yup. Union Springs.
How did you even find out where he lived?
It's Union Springs. Shit goes around.
Okay. He must have not been well liked then.
Oh no. He was hated.
Was this after I graduated?
Yep. And my friend said, yo, fast as you can, just ding, 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 ding. We run and hide. He comes out pissed as fuck. Because I don't know if it was his anniversary or not, but we saw candles and like rose petals inside that motherfucker's house. So we were like, oh shit, we fucked up. And he comes out, it was like a robe on.
Oh,
He comes out with a bright red robe on.
Oh, bro.
And I'm like, oh shit. So we're giggling in like the bushes and shit, and he hears us, but he doesn't know that it's us. He only hears the giggle. So we were all wearing hoodies, and woo, and we were just fucking his day up. Like, he comes out all mad in his bright red robe, and he hears the giggling, and he calls the cops, and we book it after he said, I'm calling 911, and he walks back inside his house and slams his door. And we thought it was the funniest shit ever. We thought it was hysterical. And no one knew about it, except for us. So, with that being said, be careful with you ding dong ditch, because you never know who's gonna pop out or do any shit to you. So be careful.
Pretty much, bro. Did I ever tell you about the time no, that's too nasty. What's a good story? Bro, did I ever tell you about the time let's tell them the story of S, the next door.
That's all you, my friend.
Three doors above. You know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
Shay.
Yep.
Alright, so S, I used to know this kid, right? And this kid was autistic, so I feel bad, but I gotta tell this story, and he's anonymous. Anyways, this kid, I shit you not, this kid used to hump his couch, and he used to try to be fleek. He's like, fuck yo couch, nigga. He'd always say that shit, and dude, it was so fucked up. Like, he used to carry around, like, Big Bird and all this fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
And, bruh, he used to fucking hump his couch with his Big Bird stuffed animal, and he used to be like, fuck your couch, nigga, fuck your couch. So, anyways, I got a story to tell. This dude, like, I was dating this, like, weird girl at the time. Her name was Desi, and she was from around the area, not from our school, but anyways, this girl fucking, she was obsessed. Like, she would, like, try to guilt you into, like, always talking to her on the phone, always video chat, and that shit gets annoying.
Pretty much. Whoa, I've never been down here before.
Yeah, that place always creeps me out at night. Anyways,
This road creeps me out.
no shit. Anyways, bro, she got pissed off at me one day, and she got actually pretty equal with me, cause she saw my friend S as we were walking, and he's like, oh, she's cute. He's like, you should talk to her on the phone. You know, he got excited for any girl attention. And anyways, that's a dangerous zone.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, bro, what happened was she broke up with me that second, and then she somehow got his info from Facebook, my Facebook, and they started dating the same day. They dated the whole summer, and like, he tried to get her to like meet him and, you know, talk to him. She sent him nudes, like trying to get him, I don't know, in trouble or get his attention, but it seemed to work. And fucking, he was all excited to meet her, and she wouldn't all summer, and I finally convinced him to break up because I was pissed the whole summer. I'm like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
And you can throw it out and start a new one. Anyways, what happened was he cut from his wrist to his arm with like a butcher knife, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I mean? That's not cool. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing to yourself? And like, his family was concerned, and like, I felt so bad because he's like,
Good shit.
he's like, dude, you know, she was, you know, the girlfriend that I thought I could see. You know, I got used to seeing good morning texts and, you know, I love yous and good nights. Like, it made me feel bad. I'm like, dude, you must be fucking lonely. Like, that shit's sad as fuck. And I can understand that because we've all been there. Yeah. And, you know, it's not like I can say I've done any better because you know my story with cutting, but I at least, like, met the chick and was with her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a different story that I'd rather not say on camera because I feel like those two stories that we have, we should never share on camera. They're too private.
Yeah.
And I think people can respect that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But, anyways, it was never really the same after that. And, like, the way he was with girls, he became bitter and jealous. And that's what kind of led to our friendship besides that whole incident with the, you know what.
Yeah.
And that destroyed our friendship pretty much.
Basically.
And, bro, remember I gotta tell you a story. Let's go down to the lake. It's perfect. Bro, when I was 12, me and T were, like, not close like me and you, but we used to hang out every day because, like, you know, my older brothers were always doing something, you know? And we're around the same age. So, bro, remember the festivals they used to have down here?
Mm-hmm.
Remember... You know how they don't have, like, the porta potties anymore?
Yeah.
You want to know why they actually got rid of those? That was because of me and T. Me, T, and his cousin Mike from Auburn, which he moved, so I can say his name. He moved, like, a while ago. Bro, you want to know what me, Mike, and him did?
What's up?
Alright, so Mike is 13, I'm 12, and T is 12 as well. Bro, what happened was... No, I was 11, T was 12, and M was 13. Anyways, bro, what happened was, the porta potties were right here, right? And there's 2 of them. And, bro, what we did the whole night, I think, well, for, like, half hour, we each waited to take, like, a shit and piss all over the porta potties.
Oh, man.
We shit and pissed all over both of them, and we tipped over both of them.
Oh, no.
And we ran up the hill and we're like, T-Cut's shit, bruh. Bro.
That's nasty.
It was nasty,
That's
bruh.
funny, though.
It is funny, and they stopped having the porta potties after that, bro. Bro, you want to hear a gangster story, bro? The time I dated 2 girls at once at Cuga Lake.
Oh, no.
Bro, no. Dude, Mitch gave me props. He's like, bro, you are a pimp. And it was legendary, bro. Let me see that because it's a gangster tale. Anyways, bro. So there's these 2 girls from Port Barn. I think it says it all.
Port Barn girls are nasty as fuck.
So, anyways, now that you know who they are, bro, it was like 2009, so I was 13, the girls were around the same age. We were down at the lake, and this girl's mother was there, and, like, she started talking to me, her and her friend. Like, I would see them all the time at the lake, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, I would flirt with, dude, I was stupid as a 13-year-old. I would flirt with these girls, bro, and, I would throw seaweed at them, dirt, like, just fucking with them. Bro, they did not care. They were dirty bitches, bro. Let me tell you, both of them, like, asked me out, and, like, we were kissing under the water. Like, we would just chill, and, like, Mitch was giving me props. He's like, dude, I've never seen that shit before. That's gangsta. Bro, they texted me, like, all summer, and eventually it ended because they were nasty as shit, but...
Wait, can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Happy 2020, y'all!
Ah! Yo, you don't have to worry about having poor vision because we can now see 2020!
2020!
But anyways, it was nasty as shit, and I never did that shit again. And, dude, I haven't had the luck of that day again, but, bro, that shit was amazing. Oh, my God. Have you ever had a story like that?
Come to think of it, no.
Give me props for that.
Give you props for that.
Let me tell you another story. I'll tell you the story of how me and Tim had to run away from the police down here. So
I ran away from the police a bunch of times.
No, this time we were literally caught. Bro, we were down at the bridge, right? He wanted me to do a gainer, so you know where you go like...
Yeah.
Bro, I have the video of this. I'll have to show you afterwards. But bro, we were down there. He was in the water. He brought his iPod. He's like, Tim, do a gainer. And I'm like, okay. Bro, when I tell you I fucked up bad. I hit my stomach and my face and I was crying and I couldn't breathe. And just as I did it, dude, I did it like this. I'm like, gainer, oh fuck. And I'm like, ah! Bro, Tim's like, oh, holy shit, Tim with the gainer, oh fuck. Bro, he had to come get me. He threw his iPod. He had to come get me. And then the police were just rolling up. They're like, don't go anywhere. He pulled me out of the water and we had to run it. And I'm like, dude, stop running. I can't breathe. Bro, we were running up the hill all the way to my house and we stayed there the rest of the day. And as we're running up this way, bro, there was like a boat about to land on sea. And I think there was a cop up the hill. Bro, we barely escaped. And that shit was wild. Like, bro. Oh my god, that was the worst experience I've ever had at the fucking lake, bro. Another story. So me, Jay, T, and B Ross were down here, right? And I think my brother Jay, you know Jeff? Mm-hmm. And bro, we were going jumping off the bridge at night. At Silver, no lights. And these bastards...
sketchy.
It is! These bastards pissed me off. There was seaweed in the water, so I was sketched out. They're like, bro, you gonna jump in? I'm like, no. We had to hide from the cops a little bit, because there was a cop boat going underneath, flashing the lights, and we had to hide. If we fell, we would have been fucked. But the cop went by, and bro, Brandon pushed me off the lake, and I was so pissed. I'm like, what the fuck? They all jumped off, like... At least once, I think, but
that's a sketchy place to jump.
Bro, they pushed me first, and like people have died under that bridge, so the shit sketched me out, bro. But that was like stories I forgot about, like at the bridge. Like, oh yeah, one more story. Like, we almost got in a fight here. Me, Jay, and like we texted Mitch, and he's like, "Bro, I'm on my way."
Mitch?
Not with Mitch. Mitch was gonna help us fight. Like. I think
Mitch is a big dude.
Well, he's skinny. He's not. He's like around our size, but he's like skinny.
But he knows how to fight though.
He was big back in the day compared to everybody else. Anyways, bro, Tim must have said something wrong to like two dudes. Like they were talking shit to us because you know Jay had his 1996 Mustang, and they were talking shit. And Tim's like, "Bro, don't make me come over there. My house is as big as a fucking house. So I'll come over there and smack you in the mouth." And they're like, "What the fuck you saying?" Like we were about to like start a fight. There was like three guys over there, and we had like me, him, and like Jay, and I think somebody else, and like. You know, he's like, yo, text Mitch, we're about to fight. And Mitch is like, yo, I'll be right down. But, like, we just decided to go, so he's like, never mind. But we were about to have a fight. Bro, another funny story. So, anyways, what was I about to say? Fuck. I forgot. Oh, yeah, the first time I smoked weed. So, S, you know who I smoked with? S. Yep. And Rebecca.
Hey.
Bro, I was in the fire department at the time, and I was gonna come down and scare them with because they get paranoid when they get high, and they were scared of cops. So I was gonna come down in my truck with the fire lights, and I was gonna scare the shit out of them. But I decided to just walk down and like, dude, they were like super excited. I got like super high, and like, bro, they were driving around like sketchy, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna get us pulled over, bro. I was getting scared, man. The shit was hilarious. And, you know, it's sad because I remember they used to play fucking King of the Hill on the raft and shit, man. This shit was fun. I'll have to think of some more stories, like, you know, when I remember. But there was a lot of...
Did you eat?
Yeah, I ate at the party. There was a lot of... stories down here, man.
For real.
You know, I remember Jake actually found that one of his friends talked shit about him down here, and that's when I was dating Abby, right? And I remember me and him walked all around Cuba and played at the school while he was pissed at his buddies. And he was just super cool. But he kind of turned into a douche later on.
Yeah.
I remember me and him almost fought at the hall once. Because, like, I was talking shit at basketball like I usually do.
Yeah.
And I was, like, younger at the time. Like, I was so minor. He's like, oh, I don't care how old you are. You know, I'll fight you right here. And I'm like, bro, I don't really think you will. But it was wild, man. Do you have any more stories? Actually, we should probably end it. It's at an hour. We don't want it to get deleted. But before we go, guys, you know, for the video, not like actually go. But before we go, we want to say thank you for helping us remember our passion for Purplehaze. Happy New Year's, and we're sorry we couldn't get to you on Christmas. We were busy. We could have. We got new shoes, and we got like a lot of pizza, bro. On Christmas Eve, everything was closed. I was disappointed, but we promise that we'll upload more videos this year than last year. Like,
definitely.
I think we found our passion.
Yep.
Everything's working, and we're back to doing an hour-long special. So, thank you so much. He has to go to
appreciated.
He has to go to New Jersey tomorrow, but we appreciate all the fan support, and we hope to get more fans back now that we're uploading it again, because the channel kind of slowed down. But
yeah,
this is Brandon, this is Tim.
Everyone, be good with the new year. Make sure you do a lot of fun stuff.
Be safe.
Be safe. Make this your best year possible. And
if you can't respect us, respect the haze. Purple Haze out, and Happy New Year's.
Deuces. Happy New Year's, y'all.
Peace, bitch.